Hi, Mike Hicks here, April 19th, 2021, and I discovered a beehive, and my brother is a beekeeper. I called him, and he is going to get the hive. So, just so happens my neighbor come walking up over the hill at the same time and gets to watch this show. So that's about 80 yards away, and I heard these bees humming, and I went to look for them to see what I could find, and they were all up around a tree. The main hive is up in this tree about right there, and they were all flying around that hive. And Ryan, oh my goodness. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm putting my gloves back on, and I'm going to try to protect my...
You think you got her?
I don't think he did. I think she's
Probably
in the...
not.
So, all right, I can see he needs a little help here. Any more falling off? You want to hold that back up there again?
Trying to see if I see her. Be careful, because you could hurt her.
Okay, well then, I don't know what...
If there's anything with some leaves, let me just watch for a minute and see if I see it.
All right. So trying to determine if the queen has landed in the box. But my guess is that she was probably smack dab in the center of that mix. And probably near where that big knot is. Who knows? There's still an awful lot of bees that are swarming there. You tell me what you want me to do besides take video. Wouldn't make it too short.
Mike, this will be better for him?
I think he was looking for something real small so that he didn't,
Damage her?
yeah. Okay, I am not as well protected as I had thought. I know that my bottom is wide open and my sleeves are not tight. How much bigger is the queen?
Amongst all those, she's hard to see. She's about twice the size.
Okay. So immediately recognizable, but only if your eyes land on her.
Yeah.
She's in that crotch.
That's what I think, because that seemed to be the center of it.
They sure seem to be getting in there.
And that seems to be where they all want to go.
Her smell will be there. So
Let me see your stick a second. I think I know where she's at.
maybe cutting it down would have been better.
Yeah, I suggested a little DeWalt chainsaw that I got.
They were
And
supposed
just-
to be face level too.
Well, yeah, I did tell him they were face level. Huh. What do you think? Yeah, I wasn't videoing any of that, but
They're sure back in there again. Yeah, there's something going on there.
oh, I see her.
You do?
Wait a minute. No, that was two of them. They're face to butt.
You know what? They're working their way down here, Mike. Hold on.
Yeah.
I think we got her.
You must have her because they're all migrating.
Yeah, they're moving this way.
They sure are. They're leaving that box now.
You want me to hold that? You go.
Can you get that box closer to that other limb up there?
She might be in there.
Every time you get that box close to them, they start coming down again.
Okay.
Yeah, they're migrating down. They're coming right into your box.
Huh.
Pied Piper of bees.
It's just not hard enough.
Hmm?
I said that is just not hard enough.
Oh, Mike, see that yellow thing there?
Yeah, what yellow thing?
Right there.
Yeah. Okay, hang on, right?
Well, if she wasn't in there, they would be getting out. I'm gonna say she's in.
They are all coming right into that box.
You want to hold it back just a little bit? I'll give this a good thump and see if we can knock a bunch of them off.
All right.
Anything?
No, not really. When they're actually holding on to the tree, it's kind of hard to get them off.
Yeah,
They're
I can-
clinging to each other. Yeah, I think we got her.
Now, how do you get that lid back on there without killing them, Buck?
Now I'll just have to kind of brush them over the edge and stick it on there. right now is the time to mess with them because their focus is her.
Well, the ones that are up on the tree are going away from the epicenter, and they're looking.
Oh yeah. So I wondered if you just put that down on the ground and let it sit here for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't want them to leave, but they shouldn't.
Well, your tree is almost bare of bees now. Very little up in the crotch.
All right, I am just going to set it down here for a little bit. Yeah, for all the activity back in there, she's in there somewhere.
Good deal. There's still one collection of them just right up in that crotch, really, but they're all over the place, you know? Like they're,
Looks like they're looking.
yeah.
Like she should be here, but she's not.
We left her here. What happened?
Now they're swarming us a lot more. But yeah, there are more bees going into that box than there are coming out.
Yeah, they seem to be radiating out trying to find it.
Well, that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're leaving that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will tell you, it's amazing how loud when that number of bees gets to going.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long they were doing it, you know. I don't know if when I turned the tractor off to go look at the deer, you know, were my ears just ringing, you know, but it was like, once I was done and I started coming this way again, like, wait a minute.
I got one last spring. It was in a tree right in front of the house. And
This is not the first time you've done this.
no. And that time they were way up there. I had to get a long pole on, tape a bucket to it and hit it and knock them down out.
Oh yeah, there are nowhere near as many bees up there as there were just 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I'll bet you, yeah, she's probably over here in this corner, which is why these ones are congregating over there, huh?
Yeah.
Now, can you kill them with that smoke, or do they?
I mean, if you
Yeah.
get too heavy with it and they don't have fresh air coming in, you could. But whenever you get in your hive and you smoke them, that's kind of they sense that as danger and they go into a protect and they'll gorge themselves on honey, and then they're real docile. And
Huh.
the idea behind it.
Well, they didn't gorge themselves on any honey there.
Nope. So yeah, all
That
those
smoke is
bees-
absolutely noxious, though. What is in it?
pine needles.
Thank you.
But yeah, they got to start from scratch now. Build all that honeycomb, and it is. It's a.
Now you have the starter trays that just have the outline. Okay. So all of the wax, then, I mean, they've got to build the whole thing on top of that.
Yep.
And the flow through, you're saying that's the entire hive. They don't have to build the cells. They just have to cap them. Is that how that works?
Yeah. Yeah, and like Ed was saying, some people knock it. They feel like you're taking advantage of the bee, kind of. Is some people's thing.
Were you able to harvest a lot more honey from one of those than you are because they spend more
theoretically
time making
should
honey?
be, because but as long as you respect them and only take the honey, once, twice a year, and make sure they got plenty going into winter, and they should be fine.
So
It's just
when you
it's
say
a lot less disruptive to them to get into it. And
when you say for winter, I mean, well, do they actually eat during the winter?
oh yeah, they'll be balled up in that hive, and they rotate from inside out.
Huh.
The group of them to keep each other warm, and
Okay.
they'll feed through the winter. And
A couple of them have got good pollen store on their legs, but most of them do not.
Yep. I was hesitant to bring this box because of that thing. They all get back in there, and hopefully she isn't. I have to tear it apart to get them all out.
But you're certain she's in there. If she
Oh, yeah,
wasn't,
she's
they
gotta
would
be.
not be.
They would be looking for her.
Okay. They are fascinating animals, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty darn amazing. Isn't it?
You know what else amazes me is how much difference there is between individual honeybees. Some of them, their tails are really black. Other ones are, if you really get to looking at them, there's as much variation in them as there is
Now,
us.
now
You know?
the drones will be bigger and darker,
Okay.
and I think they're the males that are breeding with the queen. The smaller bees, they're the ones doing all the work. They're going out, getting the pollen, bringing it back, building the hive.
Okay, just don't pay attention to my wrist, guys.
Isn't it amazing though that, I mean, their focus is her.
Yes.
They're not interested in
No.
this.
Not interested in my phone, not anything. There's no defense.
And when they're in a hive, when they've got a hive established, you take that lid off. It depends on the day. Some days they're fine. Some days, man, they will light you up. I always put a suit on just because.
When you say they will light you up, of course, if a honeybee stings, then it's dead.
Yeah.
And
But they don't hesitate to do
that
it.
happens, you lose a lot of them, huh?
Well, I mean, if you get stung 5 or 6 times, that's a good bit of stings, but that's nothing compared to.
How many are in there?
Yeah. So
Okay. So it's not like.
it's not like the whole hive comes after you.
Okay. It's amazing how, there were all those down over the side a little bit ago, and they are getting themselves organized, figuring it out. It's exactly how it was with that tree, it didn't take more than 20 minutes from them swarming high up in the air to, once they started to congregate on this limb, and I realized what was going on, it happened pretty darn quick. By the time I called you or contacted you, it was over. There wasn't a bee flying around anywhere here when we walked up here.
Yeah, there wasn't. They were all there.
You have almost 100% of your hive now.
Yeah, I'd like to wait and let them
All get down in there?
Yeah, but I want to give them plenty of time to get us comfortable in the box before dark too, at home.
Now, will you just put this in the box, or will you dump them out then?
No, I'll have to dump them back out in it.
You keep referring to it as a box. Is it just a box, or is it a hive?
It's a hive box,
Okay.
a brood box.
Do you have 10 frames in each one?
Well, I just may call this quits and get back to what I was working on. I lost a lot of time, so that was fun. And
That's quite interesting.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
yeah. Get my
that was
glove
pretty
off
ideal,
so I
too.
can.
Usually they're not like right there easy to get to.
Well, look here a minute, so that people that see this on YouTube know what you look like. Okay, well folks, we are over and out. There are no bees. Oh well, I say no bees.
Literally.
There might be,
20.
yeah, this is exactly the number I was going to suggest up in there, maybe more than that, but and they have really congregated into here. So there you go. If you ever wondered how to get a beehive, well, or a bee swarm, that's how you do it. I suppose it can be done better than what we did, but in fact, I've seen some that were done a lot better.
I don't think we did too bad though.
No.
We got 'em.
Yep. That's the key. All right. Well, goodbye, folks.